pleasant good afternoon to everyone. I'm taking this opportunity to invite every one of you here to Grand Dance, the best constituency in Grenada. Her Excellency, would you agree with me? My dear brothers and sisters, it is my pleasure to invite all to Grand Dance on the Grand Dance Sporting Complex for a second year of the Kellon Baptiste Basketball Camp 2025. 1 year ago, we started this initiative, and we have grown to a place where we all are very comfortable knowing that we have begun an initiative that would give young Grenadians the opportunity to dream big and achieve whatever their dreams desire through sports. So I want to welcome all, and I want to, over the next 5 days of activities, I want to invite everybody to come along and participate. So with an official start, I want to recognize the presence of the Permanent Secretary from the Ministry of Sports and Youth Development. I want to recognize the presence of our parliamentary executive from the Ministry of Sport, the executive from the IMA, one of our major sponsors, His Excellency Sir Terry Forrester, representing the diaspora, who is giving a lot of support, Mrs. Sandy, the mother of Kellon, and all of the Baptiste that is involved in the foundation, all of the members, sponsors, all, welcome. I always believe, and my alma mater taught me, that anything without God is useless. And for that reason, I would call my dear sister, Mrs. Sandy Baptiste, to ask God's blessing on today's proceedings. Mrs. Baptiste. And may I invite all to stand? Thank you.
Heavenly Father, what a mighty God you are. What a gracious God and what a holy God. Jesus, we give you praise because you are worthy to be praised. You have carried us thus far, Lord Jesus. And for this we thank you, Lord. And we give you all the glory and all the honor. Look down upon the proceedings, Jesus, from Monday to Friday. And Holy Father, it's all in your care. It's not for our gain, but for your gain, Jesus. Let your glory be seen in all that is done in this camp here today, Jesus. Have your way into hearts and lives, we pray. Look upon the different coaches, Lord. Continue to bless them. Give them all wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, including that chairman, Karen Baptiste, so much on his plate. But, oh God, you're always there for him and for each and every one of the coaches that are here present today. Be with them in a very special way. Give them the guidance. Give them the knowledge that they need to look at the players, Lord, and the players that you want to go out there in your own timing, Jesus. Speak to their hearts, direct them, oh God, and let them pick the right set of players. We give you all the glory, and in your name, Jesus, we ask you to draw each and every one of us closer and closer to you, and let the success of this camp continue to be in your hands. in Jesus' precious and holy name. Let us all say, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Praise be to God Almighty. Thank you, Jesus.
Just want to say thank you, Lady Winifred Standy Baptiste. At this point in time, we remain standing for the national anthem. When you're the mic man, you're the technical, everything, these things do happen. I want to say, let's put our hands together again for our panelists who did the national anthem. I don't like what I got. He's a son of Grand Dance right there, and he did pretty well. Thank you. For those of you in the basketball world would know that he is the son of Calvin Magic Johnson Bell, one of our best basketballers coming out of the South. Best three-point shooter, etc. So I want to thank you again, Mr. Bell. With no further ado, I would like to invite the president of the Kellon Baptiste Foundation, Mr. Kyron Baptiste, to deliver brief remarks. Welcome remarks, sorry.
Thank you, Mr. McIntyre. Good evening to everyone here. I will stand on the protocol already established because we need to get on to the business of basketball. Before I begin, I want to thank the coaches who made it out here today. I want to start by thanking Coach Gary Maitland. He's a friend of mine and a coach that is dedicated to this program here. And every year he asks me, when's the next one? So, Coach Gary, I want to thank you for always willing to come through for the foundation. And my good friend Eton Thomas and Malcolm Thomas. We've been trying to get you guys here for the longest while, and I remember we had a program in 2020 but COVID took that out, and we've been trying to do stuff, but it's been busy schedule. So we made it today. So thank you, Eton and Malcolm, for you guys making it to come through this year, right? I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me, really means a lot to me. Coach Brendan Bain, we've been friends for years. This is a coach that started in the trenches. He did not get the recognition he deserved to get, but he hung in there, and today he is part of the foundation, and he's doing great work in New York with Kingsborough College. He's a 2-time Coach of the Year in New York, and he's taking the girls to high levels. He specializes in women's development, basketball. Girls ask questions. Brendan is the guy to ask all the questions about women's basketball and development, right? So you guys are going to see the training with him over the next 5 days. Also want to thank, well, Coach Aaron missed his connection today because of the weather in Dallas, but he'll be here tomorrow, so you'll get a chance to see him tomorrow. To our foundation star athletes, Enel St. Bernard and Akinye Reddit, thank you for always representing the foundation and Grenada. You guys have really put Grenada on the map. I mean, I've been there to all your games. I see the way you all represent Grenada, always talking about our small island, and I really appreciate what you guys are doing a lot. I can't wait to keep on this journey with you guys this upcoming season. So today, I didn't plan any script, right? No iPad. I want to speak from the heart today because it's very close to me that I talk about the things that needs development. And from a basketball perspective, we all know that basketball used to be the fastest growing sport on the island. I'm not sure what happened in the last 10, 15 years, but it took a nosedive. And this is where we have the camp here to try to reignite the interest in basketball once again. You know, we want to get young girls and young boys off the island, right? You tell us you want to get a scholarship, we will work with you. We make sure you are ready, right? We have Coach Paul McIntyre who gives his personal time and sacrifices to train these girls and train players to be ready. So we want to keep holding on that. But more importantly, we got to change our mindset going forward, right? We live in a world right now where there is so much opportunity right now for athletes from the islands, right? We are heavily recruited right now from the Caribbean, from Africa. We got to take advantage of the opportunities, right? We cannot sit here and doing things we did 20 years ago. That's out the window. We got to have modern methods, modern applications, modern techniques, right? More qualified coaches in the schools because it starts with the qualified coaches, right? A kid can decide if he's going to continue on the journey or if he's going to quit. I keep saying that over and over. So we need to be training those coaches in the different schools, right? Another important to remember is the secondary schools and the primary schools development. We have skipped the primary school development. We go straight to high school basketball here, and Coach Paul McIntyre has recommended a program called Seek and Development Program back probably in the early 2000s. Coach, early 2000s or before that, and it hasn't been done, right? Just look at the young athletes in primary schools and give them the training they need to develop now so they can be ready for second school basketball. We haven't been doing that at all. We just skip primary school and pre-primary school. So we got to get back to the basics, the fundamentals, and get basketball where it used to be back in the 90s and early 2000s. And we want to be part of that. We want to help you guys get basketball to the next level, right? And the PS in sports, you know, I know we've been talking, you know, I got to know you over I think I met you probably about a year and a half ago, and I see the vision that you and your minister have for the sports development in Grenada. I want to encourage you guys to keep doing what you guys are doing. There are a lot of guys out there who want to be good, who want to be great, but they need that extra support, right? Kirani is a good friend of mine, right? He's not going to be there forever. He told me he about to call her today. I know that, right? So we need to find the next Kirani, right? The next Anderson Peters, right? The next Eton Thomas, right? He played in the NBA. He has a wealth of experience. His son Malcolm Thomas is now at University of Dayton. So he's getting the best expertise from Eton. So we got to use these guys to help develop Grenada basketball. So I just want to encourage everyone here to just know that we're here to help. We're going to give our time, a lot of personal sacrifices here. Kimon Christopher, the PM's brother, he came all from California, right? This is the second year with the camp. and you want to give back to Grenada, right? So we want to really keep this moving, keep this going, and hope that we can keep tracking the progress of all the athletes here. We want to do a follow-up camp 6 months. This is supposed to be a program where you have a camp, and then you have a follow-up camp to see the progress the athletes have made over the last 6 months. So we need the support from the ministry, from all stakeholders. The sponsors have been great this year. I want to thank all the sponsors again. And hopefully we can keep rising, and getting basketball back to where it used to be, right? I have coaches who want to see second school basketball, but to be honest, the product that I saw this year, I couldn't tell the coaches to watch the finals. That's just reality. We have to be honest and talk the reality of the basketball situation. There's no other way around it, right? But we are here to help and work with everyone and all the stakeholders. So to the players, you guys have the best in the business, some of the best in the business, right? Coach Gary Maitland, he has a wealth of knowledge, right? A wealth of knowledge. Pick his brain. Some of you guys came back from last year. Pick his brain, ask questions, right? He has a Bridge the Gap program. He wants the players to take this seriously so they can join this program when they're ready, right? And you want to work with us. So to everyone here, thank you guys for coming. Really appreciate this. And we're going to take basketball to the next level. We got to get basketball back to where it used to be. And we're going to start with the camp, and we're going to have a lot of tournaments going and get it back, all right? So thank you, guys. And, guys, have a great training camp to the players. Thank you.
Thank you, President. Let's just recognize the president of the arrival of the Minister of Sports, Mrs. Delma Thomas. Can you all stand? Thank you, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. With no further, I would like to call the chief instructor, I would like to call the chief coach for today, for this session, Mr. Gary Maitland, to make brief remarks. Gary's all the way from London. He's here with us the second time.
And I've brought the weather with me, everybody, so we're good. All right, no rain this year. Last year was truly incredible, the way I fell in love with the community in Grenada. I fell in love with the energy that I saw here for the 3 days. So coming back was a no-brainer, an absolute no-brainer. And to see the work ethic and come back and see where they've got to, 365 days on, makes me feel really warm in my heart that we can now push to the next level and then the next level, and we just keep going and going and going. So I don't want to do any more talking. I want you guys to start playing. So let's put our hands together for the players, because we're about to see a show this week.
Thank you, Gary. My dear brothers and sisters, I also want to, you know what happened with technology? If you let the phone lapse, you have to start all over again, right? Because you have the security on them. Just 1 second, let me tell you who next to make brief remarks. Great. I will call on my son. We are in the sports business. Very soon he'll be called Dr. Brendan Bain. He is the head coach for women basketball from Kingsborough College, USA. He was the coach of the year for 2 consecutive years. May I now invite Brendan Bain to the podium. Brendan Bain.
Good evening, everyone. Kyron, Thank you for the invitation. Really appreciate it. Um, we do have to get the sport back to where it was and beyond better. Kind of like 1986 when we beat Antigua in Tantine, winning OECS basketball. And then when I used to play for Grenada and we won with One Islands with Coach Paul McIntyre in St. Vincent. And Kenroy hit the last shot, all right? It's a pleasure being home. Home is where the heart is. And I firmly believe that basketball would get the ignition or the push that it needs this week to enable growth. You know, it's a pleasure to see the kids over there. That reminded me of my time when coaches used to come down from the U.S. and come to GBSS and help us get better. So all in all, again, thank you for all present here today, and the athletes, get ready to work.
Thank you, Brendan. Thank you very much. I remember the first basketball championship after COVID in Grenada was held at the Queen's Park, is it? Queen's Park, right? And the first time I walked into the game, I have a team, we won the championship, but when I walked in and I saw a player, I said, gosh, this man needs to get into some school overseas with the talent I've seen. But I spoke to Kyron, I spoke to a few other people, and Kyron took the call, and that player is our pioneer for the development of this initiative. Let me invite E. Nelson Bernard to the podium to make brief remarks.
Greetings, everyone. I want to start by, extending my gratitude to Kyron for all the opportunities that he has helped me to not just gain, but to exploit. I can start going on a list of things that he done for me, but I think we'll be here for way too long, and I think the guys want to play. So I just want to say thank you to you, your family, the foundation, and everyone that's backing you. You really are a great man. I want to thank the Lord for providing me with the ability to play basketball and to be a good person, and just to be able to, connect people to do great things. I met Coach Gary in London, and he extended the olive branch to me to get better, to play in some of his open runs, and now I practice with him when I can, and trust me, I appreciate it. To the members here today who support the foundation, I want to say thank you to you guys for, giving the kids here a push and just showing initiative, because that's the main thing. Everyone needs opportunity. I believe that with an opportunity, everyone in Grenada has the talent to get better and exploit it. And I want to say thank you. I can talk about myself, but I think I'll save that for after the camp when I can actually speak to the guys directly. I just wanted to say thank you, and I hope they have a great week of basketball.
Well, we didn't only stop there. The second year we established, we took a guy who a lot of coaches said, wow, Pablo, he should be the first one. I said, no, let's take time by time. God is good. And we did in the second year another scholarship. I would like to call Akindi Redhead to make brief remarks.
Afternoon, everybody. As you know, I'll also take the opportunity to show my appreciation to Karen Baptiste and the entire foundation. Some people like to say the term of someone saved their life, but they saved my dream of playing basketball, because I've been trying to get this opportunity for a very long time, and we just didn't have the means or the medium to get the opportunity to take our talents to another level or a higher stage. So I always like to show my appreciation to them. I was part of this camp. I was part of this camp last year, so I always say it's a full circle moment for me to. I was in the same seat last year, so I just want to tell them to keep believing in the foundation, keep believing in Kyra and Heather and everybody involved in the foundation, and Paul McIntyre, who is struggling behind there to pick up a. But yeah, also thank you to all the coaches for coming out, even the player, to help us Grenadians develop and advance to a higher level. It's fine, Pablo, it's fine. I also want to say that even Kimon was mentioning the other day that we also have a lot to learn. So to Coach Gary and Coach Brendan Bay, one of my personal coaches who took me from a mediocre or average stage and improved my game to a higher level. I'd like to thank them and to show them appreciation for coming out to teach us a better way of basketball, and I hope that we have a good and successful week, and hopefully we can get one or two more that go into Canola College. Thank you. Good, Pablo, you need help? I got that.
Thank you very much, Akinde. We're moving on. Now I would like to call on, is Malcolm here? Yes. Malcolm is an athlete. Let me just give a short history. Malcolm's dad, grandmother, right, is Grenadian from St. Patrick's, all right? And his dad played basketball, NBA basketball with the Wizards. And Kyron earlier on mentioned of the relationship, Malcolm and his dad have decided to come, Ethan has decided to come to Grenada to, one, give back. And so I would like to invite Malcolm, who would give the athletes an opportunity of his experience as a D1 player.
All right. How's everybody doing? My name is Malcolm Thomas. I'm blessed and just very thankful to be here. It is a great opportunity to give back. I'm born and raised in PG County, Maryland, but as he said, my roots grew very much so in Grenada. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity. Thankful for everyone here. I'm thankful for the coaches, for the players. I'm just excited, ready to have a good time.
Thank you, Malcolm. I remember when I was national coach, not only for the national senior team, I was also national coach for the junior team. There was a miserable player in the midst. Today, he's here with us. He was an excellent point guard. He did pretty well when we represented Grenada in St. Martin. Yes, we went to St. Martin, all of us together. I want to invite Kimon Christopher to make brief remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. There's so much I could say, but I want to emphasize the importance of accountability. And if not for Coach McIntyre, Brendan Bain, Nigel German-McKee, all the coaches who've touched me at some point during my journey, if not for them, I would not have been given the opportunity to receive a scholarship and play in the U.S., and eventually becoming a professional at my craft. I'm a lab assistant, venturing into representation from in the union sector. I want the folks in the room to take a look at who's sitting beside them and who's sitting across the room from them, because those are the people you're going to hold responsible and accountable for the development of the kids and the youths in the country. right? You're the people, you're the person that they're going to look to, that the Kyron Baptiste Foundation is going to hold accountable to ensure that you do each and everything in your power to ensure that these kids have an opportunity or take advantage of the opportunity presented to them. And I just want to encourage you guys. I want to thank you guys. I want you guys to stay involved in what we're doing for the youth. And I will say this again. Imagine Grenada having an indoor facility. The wind wouldn't blow the signs down, right? We could play netball, volleyball, table tennis, everything, volleyball, everything, right? We could have boxing, we could have everything in an indoor facility. So the powers that's in the room is something that we could probably look into. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Sorry. Thank you. Come on. I would like to invite Ethan Thomas to make brief remarks. Wizard, Washington Wizards. I have to bring up the mic as high as possible, right?
Blessings, everybody. I'm going to be really brief. First, I want to thank Kyron for bringing me here and the vision that he has. He really has a passion to help. And we talk about it all the time, about the talent that's in Grenada, about the different resources that we're trying to connect. Like you said, we've been trying to do this for a while. COVID messed everything up in the States. It was, everything was shut down for a long time, but there's a lot that we want to accomplish, and I want to accomplish it with him. But I'm going to say real quick remarks, but I want y'all to hear me on this. When I was playing with the Wizards, right, some of my teammates were Michael Jordan, Charles Oakley, Christian Leitner, Patrick Ewing was one of the coaches, and one of the things that I learned to do immediately was listen. Those were all vets. I just tried to soak in all the knowledge from them. I tried to ask them as many questions as I possibly could. And I just watched them, watched their habits, asked them questions, things that they did, how they be able, because everybody has a story. Everybody came from different beginnings, and you don't know, you see the end product, but you don't know what they had to overcome to get to where they got. So just ask questions. You know what I mean? Take advantage and put into play the different things that you learn, and the different stories that you hear, and the different drills and everything, both on and off the court. All right, that's all. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm looking forward to this week. Bless.
Thank you, Ethan. I want to acknowledge when you have to switch from dark to bright, huh? Great. I want to also acknowledge the presence of Dr. Richard Allen Nixon, Ambassador, International Relationship Executive, Strategic Business Development, Mr. Richard. Thank you for coming. Thank you for gracing your presence there. As a major sponsor, it is so important that we get some background why a decision of that magnitude was made. So I would invite the Deputy CEO to make brief remarks on this sponsorship, and that is from IMA, our IMA sponsor. Mrs., is it Carleen Purcell? Carleen.
I was just about to say I was tempted to freestyle, but I will not be drawn in because I saw everybody came up here and decided to freestyle. I'm not that good, so I'll stick to my script if it only comes up here. So it's truly a pleasure to be here today, to be here at this opening ceremony. Let me begin by recognizing Mr. Kyron Baptiste, the chairman of the foundation, and his entire team for the vision, the dedication, and the tireless efforts as they continue to breathe life into this initiative year after year. I also extend sincere thanks to the coaches, the volunteers, the parents, and most importantly, those young athletes who will bring energy and promise to this week. At the Investment Migration Agency of Grenada, we believe deeply in the power of opportunity. While our mandate focuses on driving national development through investment migration, we are equally committed to investing in our human capital, particularly our youth, who represent the future of Grenada. We are proud to support this training camp, not only as a sponsor, but as a stakeholder in the growth of young Grenadians. This isn't just an investment in sport. It is actually an investment in confidence, in discipline, in teamwork, and potential. So sports teach us values that are foundational to the national development. It teaches us resilience, leadership, and it drives excellence. This camp represents for more than drills and games. It is a platform for growth, a training ground for character building, and a powerful reminder to every participant, boy and girl, that your goals on and off the court are valid and are within reach when we meet the support, when met with support and determination. So we look forward with great anticipation to the success of the next 5 days that will be no doubt filled with learning, discovery, and personal triumph. The IMA Grenada remains committed to supporting initiatives that empower, uplift, and develop our young people. So thank you once again to the Kellon Baptiste Foundation for your unwavering commitment to youth development. And we thank you all for having played this role in making this a reality. I thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Purcell. We really appreciate this. And I just hope that we can sign a 5-year agreement today, right? So we know for the next 4 years, we have a commitment. Thank you. My dear brothers and sisters, we had a call. And when we made the call, a gentleman answered. And I think it's important, rather imperative, to invite this gentleman to the podium to make brief remarks. His Excellency, Mr. Terry Forrester, from the Office of the Diaspora. Mr. Forrester.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. It's a pleasure indeed. You know, there is a saying, whenever things start falling in your house or around your property, there is a spirit here. And I want to therefore say, I feel somewhat moved that the spirit of Kellon Baptiste is here today. And therefore, we want to give the family, the Baptiste family, a great round of applause for this initiative which his brother Kyron has championed for so long. So congratulations to the Baptiste family for holding the torch and providing a light to young individuals who have a passion for basketball. It must be said that sports can certainly transform the life of an individual. And special commendation must be given to Kyron, his entire executive, coaches, and all those who have lent support, his entire family, to giving an opportunity to young people to make something of their lives. But I also want to state that a few weeks ago, the Honorable Delma Thomas, Minister responsible for youth and sports, said to me, Ambassador, I really would like you to engage the diaspora in a meaningful way to help not just the foundation, but to help youngsters get an opportunity to develop their skills and talents. Immediately I responded and had a conversation with Kyron, and I said to him, I am mandated to help you to take the organization to the next level. And I wish to confirm here today that athletes, Grenadian athletes coming in from abroad, back home to participate in events, will be provided with VIP service at the airport in recognition of the importance that they play while abroad for the state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. This in itself gives them a sense of appreciation and a feeling of, well, I seem to be important. And it's therefore, in this context, the Minister of Youth and Sports and her parliamentary secretary, Senator the Honorable Seville Francis, have made it very clear that this is how we wish to treat our athletes in future. No longer will they just come, join the line, and go through the hassles of immigration and customs. They will be treated as real VIPs. I also want to confirm here that within a short space of time, the minister indicated that she needed a few thousand US dollars to be donated to a certain athlete whom has performed very well. And within a short space of time, our former ambassador, his name is Mr. Michael Melnick in New York, he responded favorable. And matter of fact, he'll be visiting Grenada very soon and to formally present his check to the minister for this athlete in the United States. So I want to personally thank him for his contribution. And I want to reach out to not just Grenadians in the diaspora, but to others, friends of Grenada, who have a passion for wanting to see young individuals reach their full potential, to please make contact with the Kellon Baptiste Foundation and or the Ministry of Youth and Sports in making a commitment to providing that assistance for the success of these young individuals. So with those few words, let me say thank you very much for inviting me here today. And let's continue to do whatever we can in the development of youth and sports in Grenada. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you very much. You know, let me apologize. Last year, when we seek support, one government agency gave us the fullest support we could. Under the leadership of Petra Roach, she's with us. I just want to recognize her presence. Let's give them a round of applause for their contribution. Thank you, Petra. Thanks a lot. I have to read again, so I have to read from with my glasses. I know I would like to invite a young person, very energetic, from the Ministry of Sports, to make brief remarks. I was unable to attend all of the arrivals at the airport because of other commitments. But from the videos and all of the pictures that I saw this young lady, Senator Seville Francis, parliamentary representative of the Ministry of Sports and Youth and Sports. And I said, wow, this lady is committed. I like her. I would like to invite her now to make brief remarks.
Thank you, sir. I'm not sure about the energetic part, but thank you very much. But allow me to recognize everyone here, but unfortunately, when we say protocol already established, it means that we take away the importance of key persons here. So, Mr. Karen Baptiste, Chairman of the Kellon Baptiste Foundation, members of the foundation, my ministerial colleague, Honorable Delma Thomas, Minister for Youth and Sports, Mental Wellness and Religious Affairs, Permanent Secretary, Ms. Kim Frederick, coaches and facilitators, executive of sponsors and key stakeholders, aspiring athletes, coaches, facilitators, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all. It is truly an honor to be here this evening for the official launch of the Kellon Baptiste Basketball Development Camp of 2025. I extend greetings on behalf of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, particularly the Division of Youth. And I want to first commend the Kellon Baptiste Foundation for this outstanding initiative and for their commitment to the development of basketball in Grenada. What we're witnessing here is more than just a camp, more than just an official launch. But what I am seeing here is an investment in the lives and future of our young people. By equipping these 32, and I hope my number is correct, talented athletes with the skills, values, and discipline required both on and off the court, the foundation is directly and indirectly contributing to national development, something that we cannot take for granted. You see, this kind of support goes a very long way. It creates real, lasting opportunities for young people. Enel and Akinde are testament to that. Opportunities that sometimes are, sometimes overlooked and underappreciated. It provides them with role models, with guidance. It provides them with the affirmation that their dreams are valid and achievable. And I heard Enel said that, Akinde, it said that sometimes this thing saves lives, but for him it saved his dream. And that hit a spot. Perhaps the most inspiring thing for me here today is seeing former beneficiaries or beneficiaries of the foundation, scholarship recipients, return to serve and uplift the next generation. And I want us to recognize again Akinde and Enel for returning to serve in that capacity. That in itself sends a very powerful message that when we invest in our youth, and I'm saying we because most times, if not all the times, these sorts of support, the public-private partnership is essential. And when we invest in our youth in that way, we are not just helping one person. But even if we help one person, what we're doing is we're planting seeds that blossom into community leaders, change makers, and positive contributors to our society. And interacting with Enel and Akinde, I realized that we are indeed raising two amazing role models, gentlemen, for our society. Helping just one person to achieve their goal may seem small, but it is truly monumental. And when multiplied across dozens, even hundreds of lives, the impact becomes immeasurable. So today, to every athlete, to every young boy and every young girl, not just those sitting in blue, but to those who are sitting behind me, looking on, you are the future. Embrace this opportunity, work hard, and listen to your coaches. Believe in yourself most importantly, and never forget that this camp is more than just a sporting activity. It is a step toward your greater purpose. Once again, I applaud the Kellon Baptiste Foundation for your vision and most importantly, your generosity, because you did not have to do it, but you are doing it. You are a shining example of what it means to give back and to lift others as you rise. Thank you, and I wish all the participants a productive and inspiring week of training and growth, and to the foundation a continued success.
Thank you, Senator Francis. I think they came from your heart, trust me. That was really great. I feel good. Let's give Senator a better round of applause. Come on. I remember it was a few weeks ago, or not weeks, months ago, myself and Kyron was planning this whole, with Heather, was planning this whole thing. And Kyron said, Coach, why don't we get to minister? I said, don't frighten Kyron. We'll get to minister. Thank God she accommodated us. And when we started to speak to her, she said, hold, let me speak to you all. And everything she said is exactly what we were going to tell her. I was so moved that, and be honest, I'm very honest, I'm a very open person. A little bit of tear came down my eyes because I felt overjoyed. 30 years ago, I was saying the same thing that I heard ministers saying today. I said, God be praised. I want to now invite our distinguished minister. I call her that way because she's come and she have just opened her hands for us. I want to invite her to deliver the feature address. Minister, thank you.
So I'm ambushed with the feature address. Let me say, acknowledge the Kellon Baptiste Foundation, my permanent secretary, Ms. Kim Frederick, Senator Sybil Francis, coaches from abroad and locally, Akinde and Inel, welcome home. And to all the athletes present here this evening, a pleasant good evening to every one of you. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be here this afternoon to be a part of this very important initiative by the Kellon Baptiste Foundation. I am indeed humbled to be here and to be part of this very important initiative. This foundation has done a lot for our athletes. So it's not only this year's camp, but the very fact that just a foundation can assist two of our athletes to go overseas without any assistance locally speaks volume, and you must be commended. Kellon Baptiste Foundation Camp is a space where talent is nurtured, values are instilled, and futures are shaped. Let me begin by commending the foundation for the continued dedication to youth development through sports. This camp is a powerful example of what can happen when vision meets action, when individuals decide to invest in potential of our young people. As the minister responsible for youth and sports, I want to emphasize how proud we are as a government to collaborate with the Kellon Baptiste Foundation. We are especially pleased to support this camp with funding through the Ministry of Sports because we believe wholeheartedly in what the program stands for: empowerment, discipline, and opportunity for young people. Sports is more than just a physical activity. It's a catalyst for personal growth, community unity, and national pride. Through camps like this, our youth are not only learning how to play the game, they are being equipped with life skills that will serve them far beyond the court. To the campers, know that you are the heartbeat of this nation, Take the opportunity seriously. Respect your coaches, support your teammate, and push yourself to the best. To the coaches, local and those from abroad, volunteers and organizers, thank you for your time, your energy and belief in our young people. As a government, we are committed to the development of sports in Grenada. And so I've heard the call for an indoor facility, and there are many calls seeking us as a government support. And as a government, we are looking and providing funding to many of those projects. And I can't say to you that this year you're going to see an indoor facility. What I can say to you is that as a government, we are committed to developing facilities across our country. And so we are looking at developing a number of infrastructural work across the country as it relates to sports, sporting infrastructure. We are looking at Progress Park. We are looking at St. Patrick and the other parishes, because we believe that we have to provide the avenue for our young sporting athletes across different disciplines and across the country. So we will continue to work along to provide all the necessary support for our athletes. Very soon, we will be launching what we call Pathway to Champion. And Pathway to Champion is assisting our young athletes, developing athletes from the grassroots level. So when you leave the primary school and you enter into the secondary school, the talent identification will be done. And so we will be dealing with the athletes in terms of providing financial support, in terms of uniforms and books and mentorship and media, getting them to learn how to speak to the media, and mentorship and more. Because you see, we cannot wait until we have Akinde and Inel and Bost, or Kirani, Lyndon, and the others, and those in football and the other sporting discipline, when they reach the highest height, and then we are happy to say that they perform. If we as a government, and if we as a people, because I'm not only speaking to the government alone cannot do it alone. We have the private sector, and I'm happy that IMA, who's also part of government, is doing the very best. So we have the NLA, we have IMA, and we are also calling on the private sector to get on board. We have GTA too, and we are happy for that. And so we have the Office of the Diaspora, who are assisting us in our Pathways program. So we have many people outside in the United States, England, and other countries who are already reaching out to us to provide the necessary support. We call on our business community to get on board, and let's support our athletes from the grassroots level. We do not want to be in a position where our young athletes who have real potential has to choose whether or not they have to go to look for work, or whether or not they stay in school and get their academic achievement and also perform in their sports. And that's what Pathway to Champion will do. It will identify the athlete and provide all the necessary support. So today I am happy to be a part of this foundation, and this is the start. So Kyron and the team, I want to say to you that this is a start. We'll have to sit down to see how we can develop not only basketball or athletics, but all our sporting discipline. It's a mandate given to us by our Prime Minister for us to develop policies that include sports across our Tri-Island states. And so just today before I came here, we spent hours going through a policy as it relates to teaching sports, not sports, but physical education, ensuring that it's been taught at all the primary schools, including the preschools. So it speaks of government's commitment, and we are willing to make the necessary investment. So to everyone, I want to say thank you for being here. We look forward to more collaboration. We look forward to developing our young people both on and off the field. So I look forward to more discussions, and I look forward to us working together to ensure that we do not only have facilities, but we have athletes who can perform at the highest level. I look forward to see we have other sporting disciplines at the Olympics from Grenada. So we as a government, we are working, and so we are committed and will continue to work with everyone to develop all our young people across the Tri-Island state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Pidi Martinique. I wish you all the best for the days of the camp, and to our visiting team, apart from being in the training camp, get a chance to sightsee. Don't let them leave you only in St. George's. Let them bring you to the rural where the beauty really lies, Bathway Beach, Grenville, and all the other areas. All the best, And I look forward to maybe being there at the closing of the camp also. I thank you.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you very much. And thanks for the job you've given us, because we were planning to leave them right here, you know. But we'll do what you say. Before I invite Heather Bain to do the closing ceremony, many, many years ago, there was a gentleman who was the first Grenadian who left Grenada for a basketball scholarship. He did it right on this court. I want to invite him now, just for everybody to see him. Cyril Jawais Cox, could you just come in? He is our first basketball scholarship from Grenada. This is the gentleman. He's with us today. And Karen, I'd ask you to stand, please, and recognize Cyril Jawais Cox. He played with people like, give him some names again.
D. Brown.
D. Brown, Waddy, was it Waddy? No.
Nah, you had guys.
Tell him.
All right, good afternoon, folks. It's glad to see everyone here on this basketball court, where it all started since in '76. All right, the lights now, everything is different because we played on the house bulbs, and it's good to see that things have improved. So all the training was here from 10 to 12, you know, during the day, even on Sundays, so it was like something you played throughout the week. All right, so I mean, it's glad to know that the foundation is here to help all the youths, and it's not just here, but we go way back, as I say, from since '76, where the guys from Tongue would have helped us, and the medical students was one of the main driving force together with the Army, because the Army was living at Holiday Inn back in the days. So we had the opportunity of playing with these guys, and that helped us improve our game. And so it's nice to see that, you know, you have coaches from abroad and everyone here that could assist us, right, and assist the youths in moving forward. So once again, I say thank you. And Mr. Baptiste, although he had told me to add other engagement. So folks, enjoy yourself, and to the players, learn as much as you can. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cyril. I mean, that's emotional for me. With no further ado, let me just invite, as we draw the curtains down on the official opening ceremony, I now would like to invite Heather Bain to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Coach Pablo. So this is the good part of the ceremony. It's almost the end. So just to answer Minister Thomas, we are going to be taking the coaches around, and they're going to be visiting McDonald College. So they're going way, way up north, right? And St. Pat, yeah, your town. As Senator just said, we cannot do this without having the support from the public and the private sector. This is how we're able to put this camp together. And so we do have to take a moment to acknowledge all of the sponsors who really came through for us. So first, we'd like to start with the Platinum Sponsor Ministry of Youth and Sport, His Excellency Terry Forrester, Office of the Diaspora Affairs, the Investment Migration Agency, Grenada, Aquarium Restaurant, Mount Cinnamon, Grenada, True Blue Bay Resort, Sea Breeze Hotel, Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Carib Brewery Limited, Waggy Tea Rentals and Sound Company, the Communal Cooperative Credit Union Limited, Grenville Cooperative Credit Union Limited, Bryden and Miners Limited, Bulk Buy, Spice Isle Fish House, Kenny's Trucking, Clark's Court Bay Marina, Hubbard's, Friends in the Diaspora, Janice Slocum and Andrew Jules, Governor Timothy Antwine, Dr. Jude Antwine, Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited, Grenada Postal Corporation, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Grenada Airports Authority, Clique Sports Management Group, Inc., ATB Global Mobility, Inc., Kellon Baptiste Sports Supplies, the Kenroy Baptiste Public Speaking Masterclass, Intimate Moments, and the media support that we had, Power FM, Boss FM, Grenada Broadcasting Network, Government Information Service, The One, The New Today, Grenada Informer, Grenadian Voice, And a special thanks to the GTA who had supported us last year. So thank you all. Just before I close, we just wanted to do a few pictures with the dignitaries and the coaches and the players before you leave. So just bear with us a few more minutes. Thank you, everybody. Okay.
Thank you, Heather. And thank you, Heather, for the hard work behind the curtains. You know, yeah, Heather has been a strong pillar for Chiron, and I just want to say thank you, Heather, for a job well done. I just want to, once again, everybody, feel free. We're going to be doing some pictures now, the backdrop. We're going to have some refreshments, and we're going to start the camp. Thank you.
Thank you.